How's it going, anime lovers? My name is David, and today I wanted to talk to you guys some more about some other live-action anime adaptations that I've seen as the world is currently tearing apart the Cowboy Bebop live-action Netflix series. As some of you may know, part 6 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is coming very soon to Netflix, and in light of this news, I wanted to consume some other JoJo content that I may have missed. Now, as I have already seen all the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure parts, and I didn't feel like going back and watching them again since I've already seen all the parts multiple times, I decided to go back and watch one short series that I missed that turned out to be way more interesting than I had anticipated, which was the Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan OVA. Even though this series isn't officially a part of the main storyline for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I still enjoyed it nonetheless because of its emphasis on spooky stories, which made watching this series quite a unique experience. After I was done watching this OVA, there were so many things that I was curious about during this series that it led me to research some things about some of the episodes, and this led me to actually find out that there is actually a live-action drama for this OVA. As a matter of fact, this live-action adaptation isn't just a movie, but it's actually a series, and I watched the first season of it, and I've got to say that I was very impressed with what I saw. Unlike a lot of live-action adaptations you guys may be used to seeing or hearing about, I feel like this one in particular is worth checking out, not only because I feel like the people who are working on this series actually cares about this property, but there is also a lot of other stuff that I enjoyed about it that I think they did better than the anime OVA. Now, I know this may be very hard to believe, but I really do think that this series is worth checking out because I don't even think a lot of people even know that this series exists. So today, I wanted to use this time to try and convince you guys of 3 reasons why you should check out the Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan live-action drama series. The live-action series has a better connected story than the OVA. So if you haven't seen the OVA yet, the anime adaptation is based off a series of one-shot stories published in Weekly Shonen Jump that is separate from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure's storyline, although characters from Part 4 Diamonds is Unbreakable do occasionally make an appearance in some stories. What makes Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan different though is that these stories feature Rohan recounting supernatural phenomena happening to him or someone else, and Rohan having to overcome things such as the mystical forces of nature or enigmatic beings rather than stand users. While I'm not too sure about the fandom's reception for this OVA, since I haven't looked into it, I personally enjoyed the spooky nature of this series, even though there were some things about it that were still kind of strange to me. For example, with this series being adaptations of one-shot stories, each of these episodes were not connected to each other, which is something I didn't know until I finished watching the OVA. And the titles for each of these episodes were even stranger since they had names that did not match the order of the episodes, like the first episode being named Episode 16 or the third episode being named Episode 5. What I enjoyed the most about watching the live-action series was that instead of directly adapting the one-shot stories and keeping them separate from each other, there were certain changes made to the original stories that connected each episode together. In this case, Kishibe Rohan is given a proper introduction during the first episode so that a new audience can become familiar with who this character is, and his personal assistant from one of the one-shot stories named Kyoka Izumi becomes a regular character that shows up in each episode.
はじめまして。私、今度ジャンボ編集部に配属になりました泉京香です。今日から先生の担当に。
だからそれは聞いたというか、君帰れと言ったのになんで上がってくるんだ。
編集長にちゃんとご挨拶しろって言われたんで。それにこの犯罪の資料、今度の短編に必要だからって前の担当が。
だからそれも聞いた、いらないって言ったろ。
でもせっかくだし、すごく専門的な感じですよ。
These two characters, being the anchors for each episode, helped make the bizarre events that occur more sensible since Rohan and his assistants were directly involved in them, and is honestly one of the biggest reasons why this live action series worked for me. So if you watched the anime OVA and thought that it was too disjointed, the live action series solved this problem and, in my opinion, made the series better for it. It wonderfully captures what makes JoJo so fun to watch. To me, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is known for its eccentric characters, glamorous art style, and its intense yet creative battles. And while the live action series does take on a more serious approach when it comes to how it visually presents the stories it adapted, the live action series still manages to capture all the other reasons why I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. In this live action series, instead of seeing Rohan use his skin, Heaven's Door, to activate his skin's ability to read people, the live action series directly gives Rohan the supernatural gift to read people and skips over having a stand, which may very well be disappointing to some of you who were looking forward to seeing stands, but for me, it was fine because seeing Rohan still being able to turn people's faces into book pages was very cool to see in live action. Speaking of Rohan, the actor playing as him also did an excellent job, in my opinion, at capturing Rohan's snootiness and strange mannerisms, which made watching the live action series very entertaining.
1、2、3、4、5。以上、漫画を描く前の準備体操終わり。
The other actors and actresses were also clearly dedicated to capturing their roles as JoJo characters, and seeing them act so bizarrely was quite a sight to behold.
獅子10号。
先生。
ロハン先生よ。ようやく見つけたぜ。くしゃがらの手がかりをよ。
何？
The mere thought of a live-action series based off a beloved anime is enough to make people hesitant to want to see it, but I can assure you that this series clearly respected the source material and captured what makes JoJo so fun to watch. More new episodes will be coming soon. With part 6 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure coming to Netflix right around the corner, there has been no news as of now of the anime OVA adapting any more one-shot stories. However, the live-action series, on the other hand, does have 3 more episodes coming at the end of December 2021. Currently, there are 3 episodes for the first season of this live-action series, and 2 of them are actually episodes that were not adapted for the anime OVA. With that said, if what has been put out so far is any indication of the quality for the next season, it's honestly a no-brainer to watch this series if you enjoy JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and want to see more of it. Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan is already a weird detour from the main JoJo series, and the live-action adaptation tried its best to make sense out of the disorganized story format, and in my opinion, it successfully does so in a way that made the series more enjoyable to watch. So if you guys want to watch this series for yourselves, unfortunately, the only place that I found to be able to watch it in the US is a streaming service called Asian Crush. I am not sponsored by them, but if you do want to watch this live action series and are hesitant to pay for another streaming service, there is a free trial for the first month, so I suggest subscribing in December so that you can be able to watch the episodes that are available now and the new ones that will be coming at the end of December. So let me know if you guys are going to be checking out this series in the comments below, or even let me know about how hyped you are about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 Stone Ocean. And also, please be sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Please be sure to subscribe as well, and that is going to be it from me today. So thank you anime lovers for watching this video. My name is David, and I will see you all in the next review.